Hello guys, welcome to NameTech channel. My name is Nehemiah and I'm very happy to have you on board. So this is lesson 2 on Matplotlib and we are going to talk about plotting. But then before I begin, please take a minute, subscribe, like and share the video to your friends if you have not done so. And to the returning subscribers, I really appreciate you very much for your continuous support. Now, without further ado, let's begin straight away. Now, guys, basically the plot function is used to draw points or markers in a diagram. Guys, basically by default, the plot function draws a line from point to point, and the function takes parameter for specifying points in the diagram. Parameter 1 is an array containing the points on the x-axis, and then parameter 2 is an array containing the points on the y-axis. So, for example, if we need to plot, perhaps line 1 to 2 or a coordinate 1 to coordinate 2, we have to pass two arrays to the plot function. So, guys, let me show you that example. Now, before anything, guys, always remember to do what to import the modules. We are going to import a Matplotlib, but then you can't use Matplotlib alone. You have to use the submodule pyplot, which is very essential for drawing those graphs. So matplotlib.pyplot, .pyplot, and then we're going to use it as an alias PLT. And then I remember that Matplotlib runs underneath NumPy, so we must also import NumPy, but as an alias NP. You can as well choose to work with NumPy itself, but then it's a good practice to work with the alias. And then here let's create perhaps x-axis, x points. Let me call it just x points. You can use any other variable name. Then let me assign it to a NumPy array. Then I'm going to pass in this list, perhaps coordinate, it's just a coordinate. Perhaps let me call it 0.1 and then 2. And then for y, let me copy. And then let me duplicate, actually paste it there. Then this one, let me change it to y. And then here I'm going to change it to perhaps something else, like for example, let me say 3. And then perhaps something like a 10. And then now, guys, basically to visualize, first of all, we must use PLT. We must define that function PLT. Plot function, we're going to use plot function to plot those graphs. And then x points, we're going to pass in those variable x points. Here, let me just copy, and then let me just paste it here so that I may not have typos. Remember, when you just type a wrong keyword there, it will have some issue. And then that is x points in the and y. Now to visualize, basically to visualize, we have to do what you have to use this PLT dot show function. So let me just type in PLT dot show function, and then what I do, let me zoom out a bit, and then let me run the codes. I guess everything is okay. And then I guess basically you can see we have now done what we have just drew that diagram with a line in the coordinates, perhaps in the x-axis being 1 to 3, and then to the y-axis, actually to the other coordinate is 7, 10. So guys, basically that's how you can draw, or basically you can as well use the negative points. But then guys, let me now talk about plotting without the line. Now guys, basically if you want to plot without a line, we can use a shortcut string notation parameter O, which means rings. So let me show you guys that example to draw 2 points in the diagram. One perhaps at that position, the same position, but then here we're going to use the those shortcut string notation parameter O So in that case, let's just do it. Let's here at the top, we're gonna add in another argument here, another parameter. O should be O. Then what we do, let's run. And then guys, basically you can see, let me zoom out a bit. You can see that we have drew these 2 points here for basically we plotted that diagram without what? Without the the lines, we just those are strings. Now let me talk about the multiple points. You can plot as many points as you like. Just make sure that you have the same number of points in both axes. So for example, if you want to let me just show you something. Let me zoom in a bit. So for example, if you want to draw some perhaps 4 points or 3 points, let me add in 4 coordinates here. So for actually 4 points, let me perhaps say again something like let me just change here, then I'll use some values like 2, and then 6, and then 8. So guys, when you have added here 8 points, actually 8 here values at the y-axis. Ensure that also at the y-axis you have the same number of values. Here perhaps let me just say perhaps 3, 8, 1, and then something like a 10. You can give any values that you like. And then what you do, guys, let me just remove first of all this another parameter here so that we may just see the diagrams, how it looks like. So what you do, guys, basically let's check it out, and then guys, basically you can see that's how you can draw it. That's how you can draw multiple lines. Now guys, basically if we do not specify the points on the x-axis, they will be get defaulted to basically 0, 1, 2, 3 and so forth if you do not specify the x-axis. So you must always do it. Specify the y-axis and the x-axis. You'll have the same number of the values. So or perhaps guys, let me just show you. For example, if you have if you just want to specify the x-axis, let me just delete this x-axis. Then let me remove here also this argument here. Then what I do, let me run, and then guys, basically you can see how it looks like. So by default, if you do not specify the points on the x-axis, they'll get defaulted to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so forth, depending on the length of the y-axis. So if we take the same this example, guys, as I showed you earlier, it will result to these stuffs. But then you can try with your values there, and then you'll find your own results. So guys, basically this is what I wanted to show you on Matplotlib plotting. So I guess you've gained something. Please now consider subscribing, like, and share the video to your friends. Until next time, this is Nehemiah. Goodbye.